So you have multiple offers to buy your business. What do you do next? Selling your business isn't like selling your home. Evaluating offers to buy your business is very different than evaluating offers to purchase a house. And that's just because there are so many different factors. There's really unlimited ways that an offer can be put together. There's unlimited terms that can change. So it can be really difficult to evaluate and determine which of the multiple offers is the best one for you. Now, every offer is likely going to include some form of seller financing, so you're not going to receive all the cash up front. So just looking at the actual total purchase price might not give you the full picture. So you're going to need to balance total sale price and cash up front when evaluating offers. But then there are other variables, like does that seller financing, is that over 5 years? Is that over 10 years? What's the interest rate? Is it 6%? Is it 10%? So you're going to need to look in and see what really fits your goal. Is your goal to get the most amount of money, period? Then you probably want to accept maybe a longer payback on that note. If you just want cash today, then you should probably accept a shorter payback, but for a lower total value. Now, seller notes for you, they're not bad. I know a lot of people like to receive cash up front, but there are some benefits to providing at least some level of seller financing. And that's, of course, one, it's a reasonably high interest rate. Typically what we see in the market is 8% interest. 8% interest rate is higher than you're going to get in the bond market. It's higher than you're getting from a CD or a money market account. It's probably lower return than you're going to get from stocks, but it's a debt instrument, not an equity instrument. So you'd expect it to be lower than stocks. It can also reduce your effective tax rate as you pay taxes in the year that you receive the principal payment on the note, not in the year of the sale. So that defers some of your sale. So since taxes are marginal, the more tax you receive in your sale year, the higher your effective tax rate's going to be. So if you can move some of that sale into future years, that portion is going to be taxed at a lower rate, effectively lowering the tax rate on your sale. And then one other big aspect that's different in selling a business and then selling a home is that it really matters who you sell to. In the housing market, there are lots of rules where you're not allowed to discriminate in different ways. You almost don't even want to consider who the buyer is. But in the business world, this person's going to actually go and run your company. So you really want to be considerate about who is going to come in, who's going to take over your legacy, who's going to take over your customers, and who's going to watch over your employees. Is this person going to keep your legacy going, or are they going to run your company into the ground? And the preferences among these characteristics of a business sale is really going to come down to your personal preference. So some people, they really just want the most cash up front. That's really all they're concerned about. And there's nothing wrong with that. That you earned this. You deserve to receive as much cash up front as you can get. Some of you out there might be willing to sell at a slightly lower price in order to get the right buyer that you think is going to come in and run the business the way that you see fit. And often it's not going to be the same person. The highest bidder might be a strategic or a private equity firm that's going to come in. They're going to lay off employees. They're going to make big changes. They might change the brand name. And if that's not what you want, if you really care about your legacy and making sure that every single one of your employees is kept on and taken care of, then that highest bidder probably isn't the right buyer for you. And you just have to accept those trade-offs, that you might have to give up a little bit of money in the sale to ensure that your employees and your customers are taken care of. And some of you just might want to receive the absolute highest total proceeds, which means you might want to offer some options, like maybe you maintain some equity in the business that has an option to grow over time. You offer some level of seller financing that's higher than a typical amount, but that also comes with a higher price. So the more seller financing you're willing to offer, probably the higher price you can get for the business. So using that method, you can maximize your total cash received, even though it might not be as much cash up front. It all comes down to personal preferences. And if you need help selling your business and evaluating offers, check out the link in our bio and we can help.